Hi everyone, it's Margaret here to share my latest project. About a week ago I did a tutorial on how to make the base of the journal, and at that time I mentioned that I was going to be making a new journal and a matching box. As you can see, I've completed the box and I've used the same fabric as the journal to create a set with the original bolster pillow that I had made, the box, and the journal which is inside that I'll show you in just a few minutes. As you can see, the base of the box is the same fabric as I mentioned, and what I've done is I've taken a strip of that fabric, created a ruched piece, and used that all around the box, and I've added a row of pearls all around. I've trimmed the edges with some nice braided trim, and I've kept it simple and elegant because there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of ruching going on here. So I just wanted to kind of showcase the ruching and keep it as simple as possible. The lid, as you can see, is again done in the same fabric as the base, and then I've added this beautiful trim all around, this box pleated trim, and on the base I've made a round ruffle out of this embroidered tulle that I had in my stash. I included a doily on top of that, and then I created a 3-tier silk flower using the beige silk and then the beautiful pink on the top. I centered a beautiful brooch in the middle out of pearl and rhinestone, and that was sent to me by Va. And then for a little bit of interest, I did these half bows on either side of the flower using the same fringe trim. There's 3 different types here that I had used on the bolster pillow as well as the journal, as you will see shortly. In the center I've included this beautiful teardrop dangle, and that adds a little bit of interest in the center there. So as you can see, just used some trim all around, and that's the lid of the box. Now inside the box is the matching journal, and you'll recall what the base looked like from my previous video. Oh, by the way, the box inside, I kind of just left it as it was because it was already in this looked like a distressed vintage look inside with some polka dots. So I just put a little trim on the edge to finish it off, but it's perfectly fine, so I was happy with that. So that's the box. Now the journal, let's just move it over here. There you can see the cover page, and it has a beautiful lady on the front, as you can see. Again, that's done on the on fabric printout from using freezer paper. And around the picture I've used various different laces and flowers and trims, and back here is this beautiful beaded tulle, and it's got pearls on it, as you can see, or maybe not. There we go. And I had this flower from my stash and added a couple of strands of pearls here. Again, here's the trim, the trim, what do you call it? Fringe trim done in the pearl, and then the plain white. There's 3 different kinds of trim here. And then I've added this dangle, which came from a particular trim that I had. I just took the flowers apart, put it on a little string of ribbon, and then I included in between these little flower details all the way along the front and the back to create this beautiful feminine dangle. I really love that. And the bottom here, you can see, has this gorgeous dangle trim, and I've embellished it by using some little borealis stones just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And that's the front cover. The second page, again, this beautiful lady in the center, and then using various appliques. I can't get this right. Different appliques and trims and beads. I've circled it all around the picture, and then at the bottom here I've done a drop bow, which has these beautiful dangle trims on the bottom. And this again is an applique that I had that I used just to dangle down from the picture. These are little rosette trims here and here, a couple of layers of laces, and then I've added these little silky rosettes with the little pearl centers in the pink. And that's that page. The next page, again, we have a beautiful lady in the middle, and I used a little bit of pink ruffle here, a variation of different trims, the box pleat trim in the back here, and then this pretty vintagey trim here, appliques. Again, you can see the fringe and tassel trim on the bottom, right there, and added a little bit of pink flowers for a little bit of color all around the picture again here. So that's that page. The next page, once again, it features a gorgeous lady in the middle. And this one I've actually used a little bit of gold trim, which I really love, with the pink and the creams. And right behind the picture is this gorgeous tulle with the pearl accents all around. I used this beautiful flower made out of silk, and this center flower was sent to me by Ball. And I used an earring that complements the colors of the page in the pink and the gold, with these little leaves at the top and the bottom. And again, you can see I've used the beautiful fringe trim below, and lots and lots of dangle trim here. So there you can see that page. The next page, it's a little bit different. What I've done here is I've used an organza or a silk organza in a very pale fleshy color, and I've put the little girl in the center, beautiful colors, using little snippets of appliques and lace behind, little covered buttons here, and these little circular ruffles were done using the silk organza, as I mentioned. And then each layer below, I sewed on these gorgeous teardrop pearls to complement each tier of the layers. And there you can see how beautiful that looks. Simple but pretty, with added laces behind. And there is that page. The next page, I've used like a flower motif, and I've just built layers of the leaves, one on top of each other. Again, we see a little bit of that fringe trim all around, which really gives it a nice soft look. And then using these little snippets of flowers from an applique, I put one on either every other petal. And again, some snippets from doilies, a little bit of pearl trim all around, and that's that page. Now, in this one, again, I've used stuffing behind the images, and I really love doing that. It really gives it a lot of dimension and really adds interest to each page. So I've done that with every picture that I've used in this journal. The pocket page, again, I've used just the base of the journal with this braid trim all around. And then I used these these little snippets from an applique, which had been avocado dyed in a pretty peachy pink. And then again, using the same flowers from the appliques to just here and there to give it a little bit more interest, some pearls. And then inside the pocket, I once again included some vintage ladies gloves, which I really like. It's really feminine. So that's neatly tucked away in the pocket. And there it is. That's the pocket page. The back is quite simple again. You can get a better look at the fabric from the base. And it's just this beautiful creamy, silky, textured fabric. And I've just added just a row of lace all around, quite simple. And that's the back. And the spine, I've just, again, on these round journals, the spine is quite short. So what I did is I just created this big ruffle of this textured lace behind. And then on top of that, I put a little gathered flower base from a peachy pink corded lace that I had in my stash. And then from the silk organza that I used inside the book, I made this rose, and that becomes the focal point of the spine. So there you have the beautiful rose on the spine. And as you can see, it's again, it's quite thick, nice and loaded, and that's the journal. So it fits very nicely into the box. Now the box was about 11 inches high, which was just 11 inches wide, which was the right size for the journal. However, it was a little bit high, so I cut it down because I like to have a nice custom fit for the journal when you make the matching box. So as you can see, it fits nicely inside, and you just tuck it away, put the lid back on, and there you have the complete box and journal set. And again, this will be a 3-piece set with the bolster pillow that I had made, and this is going to a very special person. So there you have it. I hope you like it, and just give you one last look all around. It was a bit of a challenge because it is a good size box, so it took me forever, but I think it came out pretty nice. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.